Am I the only one that didn't know the true terror of a summer night in the woods? It was a warm summer night, perfect for a camping trip. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the sound of crickets chirping. A group of friends sat around a crackling campfire, the flames casting creepy shadows on their faces. Laughter and chatter filled the air, but soon the conversation turned to scary stories. One of the friends, with a mischievous grin, leaned in close to the fire and began, "Have you ever heard of the Whispering Man?" The others leaned in, paying attention. He continued, "Legend has it that he haunts these very woods. They say he whispers to his victims, driving them mad before they disappear. No one ever finds them, just the whispers." The friends exchanged nervous glances, but laughed it off. As the night deepened, the wind began to rustle the leaves, making the group glance around uneasily. The flickering flames casted long, dancing shadows, and an uneasy silence settled over the camp. Hours passed, and the night grew darker. The forest seemed to close in around them, the sounds of nature becoming more sinister. The friends tried to shake off the haunting feeling by telling jokes and stories to lighten the mood, but then a soft whisper floated through the air, barely audible but unmistakable. It was a voice, distant yet chilling, calling out a name. Suddenly one of them stood up, eyes wide with fear. "Did you hear that?" he whispered, his voice trembling. "It said my name." The others dismissed it, attributing the sound to the wind, but the whispers grew louder, more insistent, sending shivers down their spines. Panic set in as the whispers became more frequent, more distinct. They could hear their names being called, each in a ghostly, haunting tone. One by one, the friends began to vanish into the darkness, their screams cut short by the sinister whispers. The remaining friends huddled together as they were terrified, but it was no use. The Whispering Man had claimed them all. In the end, only the whispers remained, echoing through the forest, a chilling reminder of the friends who had disappeared. Are you brave enough to uncover the dark secrets hidden beneath the surface of a serene lake? Story 2, The Lake's Secret. The James family was thrilled to spend their summer at the beautiful lake house. The sun was shining, the water was crystal clear, and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and joy. But beneath the surface laid a dark and sinister secret. While exploring the house, Alex, the youngest child, discovered an old dusty diary hidden under the floorboards. The family gathered around as Alex began to read, "The lake is cursed, haunted by a spirit seeking revenge." The diary spoke of a tragic past, a story of love and betrayal that ended in death. They laughed it off as a silly story, but strange things began to happen. The water turned a deep blood-red color and ghostly apparitions appeared, their faces twisted in agony. The family could no longer ignore the diary's warning. At first it was just glimpses, shadows at the edge of their vision, but soon the visions became more frequent and more disturbing. As night fell, weird noises echoed around the lake. The spirit's presence grew stronger, and the family realized they were in grave danger. They had to uncover the lake's secret to break the curse and save themselves. The diary hinted at a hidden truth, a wrong that needed to be righted to appease the vengeful spirit. They looked into the lake's tragic history, discovering a tale of betrayal and vengeance. The spirit, wronged and filled with rage, sought justice. To end the curse, they had to right the wrongs of the past. They found old letters and photographs, piecing together the story of a love affair gone wrong, leading to a murder and a cover-up. Determined and scared, the family faced their fears. They followed the clues in the diary, piecing together the story of the spirit's torment. With each revelation, the spirit grew more restless, its anger evident. The apparitions became more aggressive and the weird noises grew louder, filling the night with an unsettling noise. In a final, desperate attempt, the family entered the dark waters of the lake. The spirit's presence was overwhelming, but they pressed on. Driven by the hope of breaking the curse, they confronted the spirit, offering it the justice it sought. They performed a ritual described in the diary, hoping to lay the spirit to rest. As the first light of dawn broke over the lake, the water slowly returned to its clear, peaceful state. The ghostly apparitions faded and the eerie noises ceased. The family had succeeded in uncovering the lake's secret and freeing the spirit. They left the lake house with a newfound respect for the power of the past and a deep sense of relief that they had survived. It was summer break, and a group of teenagers, excited for adventure, stumbled upon an abandoned cabin deep in the woods. The air was thick with the scent of earth and decay, and the cabin stood like a forgotten antique. As its wooden walls were weathered and worn, they pushed open the creaky door, stepping inside to the dimly lit interior. Dust particles danced in the shafts of sunlight that pierced through the cracked windows. The teenagers explored the cabin, finding old photographs and strange symbols attached on the walls. The air inside was stale, carrying a disgusting smell that hinted years of neglect. As the sun set, casting long shadows through the cabin, the air grew heavy with a haunting silence. However, strange noises began to echo, soft at first, then louder, more determined. The teenagers exchanged nervous glances, but curiosity kept them rooted in place. They found a dusty old journal, its pages yellowed with age. The journal told of dark rituals and a curse that plagued the cabin. Suddenly, the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. The symbols on the walls seemed to glow faintly, casting haunting lights that made the shadows dance. A dark presence filled the room, suffocating and sinister type of presence. The temperature dropped and the air felt thick and suffocating. One of the teenagers whispered, "This place, it's alive, we have to get out of here." But the cabin had other plans. Its dark history came to life, and the teenagers' summer adventure turned into a nightmare. The walls seemed to close in and the atmosphere grew heavier. They tried to escape, but the cabin's sinister power was too strong. The walls seemed to close in and the air grew thick and suffocating. One by one, the teenagers were claimed by the cabin, their screams echoing through the empty woods. In the end, the cabin stood silent once more, a dark and malevolent presence lurking within its walls, waiting for its next victims